Yo, what's up guys? I'm back and I'm back for another review. This time it's Tryhaard. I guess it's just mean try hard, but then we got a double A. Okay, okay. Yeah. First I'll read out the comment out loud so you guys know what he asked. Let me check. What was the first comment? This isn't. Yeah, this. I'm sorry. One more. I would really like if you can review my monsters. What channel do you usually do it on? Okay, that's something that he asked first, and I replied. I don't know if I replied to that, but I think I did. Um, First of all, I don't do reviews within channels. Like I'm not going into a channel like for example free to play gaming is doing. He's going to channel 5001 and he helps people out there, especially when he streams. But I'm not doing that. I'm just if some people have some direct questions to me, I check them out, and if I can help, I'll make a review. Um, so that's the first thing to note. Then he said, "Bro, apparently I'm a bro." Yo, bro, what's up, man? I don't know where you come from. Apparently we have the same mother. Now, what would you do? What do you think is a good replacement for Lucian? I don't have him at the moment. Will Copper work? Or Adela maybe? Okay, so that's a question I'm gonna answer. And he also, yeah, we went back and forth because I didn't do this video like right away when he asked me for it, because obviously I have to check when I can do it. I told him I would do it today, so I'm doing it today. By the way, Blackbeard, by the way, I'm really confused about what to 6-star first and why, and for arena offense and defense. And he looks forward to this video. That's always good. So I need to keep in mind that he asked a replacement for him at Lucian. So let's check it out what he has. He got Alan, that's a pretty nice monster. He got Ninetail Fox, that's an amazing monster. Rogue, got the Verdehill, nice. We got Chloe even. We got Clara, Orochi, the Pixie, the Megan, Wayne. Wayne is actually not. It's kind of. I think that's the best you could get from this series of monsters. And we got one of the Brownie magicians. We got the Sylphid. We got the. Well, okay, he has been watching some kind of videos. I'm not sure if they're mine, but I mean, he's all his monsters that he saved up are all monsters that people have been requested before. Okay, first off, I want to say something about Aquilia. Check it out. This skill, unexpected exposure, attacks all enemies and removes with beneficiaries of the enemies. It's insane. It's super insane. I had a revenge on my list, and I was like, he had this unit. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to beat this guy, right? And he had this spec for speed and I guess accuracy. And the first thing he did with this was unexpected export, and I was all buffed up. I had speed buff, I had damage buff, and he did that. Every buff was gone. Literally every buff was gone. I got nothing left. So this is a really good monster. I think it's even better than Soa, because Soa has a. Well, I'm not sure if it's better. This one is just also super good. I mean, I think the skills are pretty much the same. This one doesn't really do much damage, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but they're both really good dispellers. So this is a really cool unit. What is this? Increased attack power and critical rate. So this got a buff as well. I think this is a better unit than Soa overall in terms of arena. Because, well, situational actually. But okay, let's first get into what you should 6-star. That's always a hard question for everyone. And I'll go through some of the options and then I'll go through what I think you should do. People do use her as a 6-star. because of Meteor Shot being pretty nice. I wouldn't suggest it right now because I think you have better monsters to 6-star. Ninetail Fox at 6-star, there's Cleanse if you would rune him for attack. If you would rune him for attack, which you actually did. The Cleanse could do quite some damage. So that's also like, that's pretty decent. But I wouldn't recommend her either. I wouldn't recommend Rogue at all for 6-star material. He is 6-star material, but I mean I wouldn't go for him. Verdale, that could be a 6-star, but to be honest, what you want to have him for is the buoyant bot. He's not really a damage dealer, and he's not gonna be. He could be a really decent damage dealer, right? But it's not really there. His job is more to get your attack gauge, so I would not 6-star him either. Chloe, I don't see the point if you go for a high speed to 6-star right away. At least not the first. It shouldn't be your first monster, because like you obviously want to make a speed super high, right? So you probably won't have as much health as a Rena would have because you ruin her for energy. So I wouldn't 6-star that either. Then we got Clara. Clara is a really nice unit because of Wheel of Fire. It has already 20% chance of stun, and you rune her with the spare focus, which means she even has a higher chance of stunning with that skill. And then the Flame Shot is pretty nice because it reduces the attack power with a pretty high chance, and this can remove beneficial effects. So Clara is one of the units that I would consider 6-starring for you. Then we got Orochi. I wouldn't 6-star him yet. He's not gonna be a big game changer for you. He is 6-star worthy. It's not like he's not worthy of it. It's just that Clara will be a bigger game changer for you. We got the Pixie. He's good where he is at. Megan, never. I wouldn't never do that. Wayne, I think you won't be using him. You could use him for ready to ambush, but to be honest, you also get Megan, so why would you? Aquila, it's a support unit. Well, it's actually an attack unit, but I mean his skills clearly are supportive. So I would never make him. I would never make him a 6-star right away. Not in your position. Also, the Darien is a definitely good monster to eventually 6-star. And the Sylphid could be a really good monster to 6-star because of the skill. I think it doesn't say it here, but if you upgrade it, the skill says that is a proportion to your level. So if he's level 40, the shield is gonna be beast. If he's 35, the shield is gonna be like okay. Let me see if you get some diamonds hiding. No, yeah, you don't really have diamonds hiding. No diamonds. Okay, so for the question, what should I 6-star? I would say Clara. Clara is just clearly gonna be the biggest game changer for you in terms of like, it's an attack unit. It's having a lot of control aspects to it. So in first off, in PvP, she's good because you can just stun the whole team and do some massive amount of damage, which is strong. In PvE, it's a good stunner as well, and you have a good damage dealer there. So that she takes care of two jobs, and she will be used in both situations. So I think this is your best bet to 6-star first. If you want to know what to 6-star second, it's kind of hard to say. What I would 6-star second. I must say that's quite a hard decision, the second one to 6-star. You could think of Ellen, but I don't think, because no, I'm not 100% sure about Ellen. Another fire unit might be a bit crazy. You want to, it's gonna be between Ellen, the vampire, or maybe Orochi. Like, Orochi is a really good unit. I like the unit a lot, but you don't have that much use for him. Like, I use him because he has a speed leader skill for 30% of wind. But yeah, or you don't really have a wind team. You have like fire units that are really good because you got Chloe, right? So basically what you want to have is what I'm just thinking of something, but you don't have a speed leader, do you? No, not yet. Maybe something that you could save up for is getting Beretta. That's because you need a speed leader for arena eventually. This is not an arena, right? No, it's dungeons. Because otherwise you are gonna get a tough time outspeeding most of the people with your Chloe. So you wanted to have a replacement for Lucian. I think Clara is pretty decent for a replacement on Lucian. Obviously there's no real replacement, but if you want to have, I mean, Lucian is in his own league, if I'm gonna be honest, because you asked me like, is Copper or maybe Ardella a good replacement? It's not really a replacement, right? Because Copper as a last skill is a one-shot skill. His second skill is AoE, but it's never gonna ignore armor, so it's not gonna be as strong as Lucian's, and just hits once. And Ardella is also a one-shot monster, so it's not really a replacement. I think Clara would be coming closer to being a replacement of Lucian. That's also the reason, like, she has all the skills. She's kind of like Lucian, because the Wheel of Fire hits 3 times. Instead of ignoring defense, this one has a chance to stun, but it does decent damage. He got doesn't have the second AoE, but one strong well, not a one-shot attack, but a strong one target attack, and then another strong one target attack. So I would definitely say Clara is the best, the closest to Lucian in your arsenal. And if you like, let me talk about that living armor and the Ardella, right? They're not really replacements, but I could understand. I'm gonna think of a team composition here right now. What is his leader skill? Fury resistance, that's pretty good. So let's say we have Clara as leader currently, right now. Wait. This could also be a leader skill. Okay, let's say we take Clara. Chloe and Clara. Verdale would be useful. If the opponent has as another Chloe, this unit could be awesome. So let's say Clara, Chloe, Aqualia if they have buffs, which they mostly do, but then you don't have that much attack. Okay, I think what you could do, if you are searching for a really strong one-hitter, which is actually something you kinda could use on the team, I couldn't imagine your team setup being like this. Because you have a Chloe, she has a leader skill. The defense is increased by 27%. So what I would say is, if you would be, there's a bit of a different route, but if you can make Chloe fast enough to still go first, then you could take Chloe as your leader, taking advantage of the defense, and then take living armor or copper eventually. So he gets 27% defense, and then you have your copper, so he's gonna do some decent damage because he already has this buff. You kind of want to buff up copper, so you would take Megan with you. You got Chloe, Megan, copper, and then I would definitely take Clara with you, because that's gonna be a 6-star. So that could be a good setup, because you got the stuns, you got the immunity, and you got a one-shotter, and you got the buffs from Megan that can also debuff someone. So that could be a decent team. But you got quite a lot of options, because I could also see this. Chloe together with Clara, and then you can take her as leader. I think resistance over defense is a little bit better. So Clara, Chloe, Verdale, and either Aqualia or the Ninetale Fox. depending on their element. That's pretty cool. You have a choice of going for wind dispeller or a water dispeller. That's an option you could do. There's also an option where you could take Ellen, Clara, Chloe, and Verdale. What you do then in that setup, you could be really the one that is gonna attack a lot of the times, because obviously you start off with Fnatic and whatever who's faster is gonna attack next, obviously. But then you could get like Verdale giving you attack gauge, and then Ellen does his meteor shot, reducing the enemy's attack gauge, and Clara then comes with Wheel of Fire, which probably stuns them and does some decent damage. So you can keep attacking with that setup. So that's also a really good setup to go with. Then you don't have buffs, so your damage will be a bit lower. But because you control them so much, you have a good chance of winning that fight. But let me check if you need what else you need. Okay, I already saw you don't need advice on your runes. You really know what you're doing. So I'm not gonna advise you on your runes, because that would easily get 10 minutes more, and you already did a great job at what you want to do. So if I go for defense, well, Chloe is definitely gonna be in there. Clara is definitely gonna be in there, and I could see Chloe, Clara, Megan plus Copper being your defense, because Chloe could give the immunity, Megan could get the defense, gives the defense buff, Clara is there for stunning and doing some decent damage, and Copper is there to pick off one of the units, probably their opposite Megan. So that could be a decent defense. Also because Chloe, 6-star Clara, and Copper are pretty hard to kill. They're not easy. They don't die easy. So that could be a decent defense. I could also see you having a bit heavy fire team with Chloe, Verdale, Clara, and Ellen, the one that I just said. This is something you could do because of Verdale gives you the attack gauge, and this decreases the attack gauge of the enemy, and Clara is control-ish, so you could like really take the control route and they really won't get their attacks in. The only problem I have with this setup is that Verdale plus Ellen is quite squishy, so on defense that's not the ideal thing you want to do. So Chloe and Clara are always together pretty much, because Chloe and Clara are the ones that are super insane in arena and anywhere else, in my opinion. I wish I had a Chloe. If I get a Chloe once, ooh man, that's gonna be awesome. But so Chloe and Clara is always together, and then you can just team up with something. I like Megan for the fact that she has the spell of strengthening. I also like the Wind Pixie, but you do not really have you don't really need to have a Wind Pixie. I don't know what the speed difference here is. 130, 40, 143, 150. So Megan is even a bit faster. I mean, overall the Megan is the better unit. The only reason why Shannon is so good is because it's a really fast unit from itself, and it has the buffs you want to provide, but so does Megan. So I would say Chloe, Clara, and Megan are mostly on your attack team. That's probably what it is. And then you could take some damage dealer with you. I think that's what you do quite often in attack. Just take like Chloe and Megan and Clara, and then take either Ellen or Knight and Fox. On the defense, I'm thinking of something that could be cool. Chloe, Clara, Aquilia, and maybe the Light Vagabond. Not right now, obviously, because it's just 4-star. But when he's a bit like a 5-star and a bit more beefed up. Because why do I say this? The Light Vagabond provides you with 15% reduced damage, so that's good. Plus the Light Vagabond is a tanky monster that has the armor debuff and the attack debuff. Aquilia is one of the monsters that is gonna provide you with stuns, but also with Dispel, which is really good. And because she gets an additional turn, she could really turn things around. And she has an attack buff, so that's really good. Oh, that's super good, man. What the fuck? This unit is crazy, crazy. I saw him in action. That's why I'm like, whoa, right? That's why I'm so crazy. So that could be actually a really good defense. Chloe, Clara, Aquilia, and Darian. So maybe you don't get the first attack off, but that's not a big deal, because probably your unit's gonna survive with Darian in the team. Then she does her Fanatic, so you're pretty much safe from there. And Clara is gonna provide you with stuns. Oh, my lens is... No. Sorry for that, there was a hair or something in my eye. But Chloe is there for the Fanatic and some heals, so even I think you can survive with Darian in the team, because Darian gives that Knight's Blood. And then Aquilia is there to debuff people and gives you an attack buff, and Clara is there to control people and also do damage. And because you have the Vagabond is actually pretty decent at damage dealing, because this attack, the first attack, proportions to your max HP, so he's always gonna hit decent, and they decrease the defense, so your unit is gonna take them down eventually. So that could be a decent defense. You do obviously need to get to there and up to 5-star and eventually 6-star if you want to utilize that. Man, you have so many options. It's unreal. You have really good units. You just need to set up a team. So I got a few teams in this video that I talked about. I will do a quick overlay what I think are the units you want to focus on for the future, and then for PvP first. So PvP wise, Chloe, Clara, Aquilia, Darian, Verdale, Megan, and maybe you could add a Copper if you want to. And for PV, this Ellen is definitely a unit that you could also use. I mean, it's not bad. And 90 Fox as well, but because I think personally that Aquilia is the better monster than the 90 Fox. But obviously if they have a lot of fire units, you could take the 90 Fox instead of the Aquilia. But his first skill has already kind of a violence set built in. His second stat is a buff, which is great. And it's like you could even not use Megan, right, and go with him for the damage buffs. Obviously you lose the attack gauge buff, but if your Chloe is fast enough, it doesn't matter, because you get to attack anyways. But and units that you want to definitely have for PvE as well is your Vampire, of course. The Sylphid is definitely a good unit for there. Well, Darian as well. And yeah. So yes, Copper could be a good addition to your team, because you then could utilize the leader skill from Chloe, and then take Clara and take Megan and Copper. That could be a decent team. But you also have another other options. So you could also go Chloe, Clara, Aquilia, and Darian. That's also a decent team. That's a team that's closer to you right now, because you don't have the Copper yet leveled up and all that. Plus your Copper won't have all the, at least I don't think so. Copper needs to get his skills up as well before he becomes really strong, obviously. Because if it's Copper without all the skills, it's gonna be a lot less. So I think Darian is the better choice for you right now. Yeah, I hope this was useful for you, man. I think it was. I didn't say anything about the runes because you are doing a great job and you really know what runes you use. If you do have a specific question on runes, you can always ask. You don't have a speed leader, which is a bit annoying, but it's not needed. The only thing that's needed then is that you get this speed from Chloe up. So I would suggest trying to plus 15 this rune at some point, because it's a 5-star rune and that's good enough. In that way you can outspeed a lot of the teams, and you have, if you go with Darien, there's a pretty good chance you survive the first attack of the enemy, and then Chloe comes somewhere, since he's pretty fast, he's gonna be somewhere in between the first and second attack of the enemy, and then your units still are alive, and you can fanatic, so you're really safe by then, and then you can just go killing them. With Clara he's gonna do heavy damage, and he has so much stun potential, and Aquilia has, you can remove their boss, and he has stun potential while he's doing it. And Darien is there for debuffing them and taking some health out of them. So I think that's the closer setup you could get. Then I would personally do that instead of getting the copper, but I won't say copper is a bad addition to your team, because I could see Chloe with this leader skill that works really well with a copper. So yeah, let me know what you think about the review. Let me know if you want to know something else. This was it, and thank you for watching. Bye.